Hello. We are live. I'm barely alive. I'm just kidding. I'm barely awake, I feel like. Just tired today, apparently. But we're gonna try and at least... my goal is to finish out day 2. So that's what we're gonna try and do. So... Zoom trial ladder. Okay. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Also, the scarf in the picture didn't look like it was red. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken? Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! Right, whoever wrote his lines did a pretty decent job of trying to, like, insert the accent into the way they wrote, which is pretty great. I mean, it's still cringe, but it's still pretty good. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, and you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it's time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? Oh boy, what kind of voice do I give this guy? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Should I give him a more hooty-tooty voice? I don't know. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you. That means I have to do another guy's voice. No, please no. Oh, sorry I'm late. Gee, the rows are packed. It's just me. Long time no see. Gee, how you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy. Gee, my boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon? What? Damon Gant? Well, hello there. Hi, Bad Gamer Elite. How you doing, Lim? Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Ah, yes. Damon. Oh, wow. So, I know, I took like an hour nap trying to, like, just get myself where I could, I don't know, function. Finished the first part of Soto. Woo! Nice! So how far have you gotten? Does that mean you finished the first map? Or did you finish, like, the first 2 maps? Well, I say first 2. Besides Wizard's Tower. Just give me a hard time about my nap. Alright. Hey! That's my sister's muffler! So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. It didn't look like the same color in the photograph, but whatever. The story, now for the new content. Aha! Well, you're making progress. Good progress. You're almost caught up like the rest of us. Or at least it shouldn't take you too terribly long to catch up. Okay. When the crime occurred, Miss Guy really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. I like how he has all these nicknames for people. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. This guy's still grinding out than the new content. Very nice. Very nice. Good luck, Lim. If you need help later, let me know. Also, it's a sad day I wanted to play a little bit of like one of the music games or something in Fortnite this morning, and it's been down all day for their update. Bah. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Bum bum bum. Yep, server's down. Yeah, they said 8 hours of downtime. I think I looked sometime hour and a half ago, something, somewhere in there. I think, or no. What time was that? I guess it was 2-ish, somewhere around there. I think they said like 5 more hours. They thought, because I think I was, from the time I saw it, it seemed like it might be by like 7 my time. So like 2 more hours or something. It might be back. I feel very spoiled by Guild Wars, because Guild Wars will have an update and you don't have like any downtime. I think once, excuse me, I think like once there was like a major issue that they had to take down the servers for a brief time, but like any other time, absolutely no downtime for Guild Wars, and I love it. I love it. They spoil us so much. Any other game, I'm like, you have to take it down to update it? Yes, so spoiled, and thank you. Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... You're ahead in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean this mess up that you made. This is the first time I've seen Edgeworth at a loss for words. Yikes. Tempt me into Guild Wars in an hour. Well, I may still be in the middle of this in an hour. I'm trying to finish day 2 of this, and I'm guessing it's going to take me at least 2 hours. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be available for Guild Wars. Yeah, I think I saw this part isn't that long in the courtroom, but then our investigation will be a while. Yeah, I'm not getting past day 2. Well, if we get to the end of day 2, that's all I hope for. I can let you know, Lim, on I can shoot you a message on Discord when I'm done and see if you're still in Guild Wars. But yeah, I don't think I'll be available in an hour. Sorry, man. Okay. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah! The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. It's once again taken over. Someone should have told them that they could have gone backwards and it would have just been one button press. This says SL92. That says SL92. This is evidence from an old case, isn't it? What? Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And the stark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler, small tag attached. Trial was made for the DS, release for the... Yeah. Yeah. And that makes sense, because then on the bottom screen, you'd be like, oh, let me look at this evidence, and then you could use your stylus and just move it around. Yeah, rotate in 3D. So fancy. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. Bum, bum, bum. You played a version of this in Honkai? Honkai has something like this? What? Seraph, explain. I don't want to... What? Why is something like this? Okay. Does Honkai just make like a bunch of references or something? Tried to go through it very quickly. Wow. Alright, Department of Disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. They weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. A scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. Wait, so there were 2 murders? At the exact same time? There was a murder at the police department. A detective. That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Objection!
Wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. I do miss Maya, yeah. I'm tired of the scientifically speaking. Hang on. Of course, it's when we have silence. All right, sorry about that. Had a phone call. Wanted to make sure it wasn't too important. All right. Okay, so he said, this knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. We can, but what if I just talk? I'm glad it reset my my bar after the last time. Last time I did so bad. This knife was found at the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. She called him Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. I already know. They're literally spelling it out, seriously. So, how are things down at the department? Is there anything else I want to... I want to talk through things before presenting. 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? I think not. This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. He's not gonna. Okay. I haven't presented anything.
I was just curious what happens if you press him when he says the first mention of the other one, because he hasn't mentioned
Has I mentioned what?
who it was.
No. I didn't figure he'd say. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Oh, no pressure. Well, we already know when the victim died, right? The victim, I think we already had the information on where the victim was found. We just don't have the information on how, right? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing, with a knife. Knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Did I already press that one?
Yeah, isn't that where he said to, I'll have to present what's been baffling him the whole time on the 5:15?
No, that's the... it was one of these. I've forgotten already. I want to say it was this one that I pressed. But maybe it was this one. I'll do it again just to be sure I didn't miss anything. Oh no, I did. Yeah, it must have been the second one. Because this is new dialogue. Excuse me, special? Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler. Yeah, I think it was this one about the proving the connection that I already pressed. And then he was like, oh, maybe I should present the thing that's been baffling me. Which reminds me, I was going to check this, see if there's anything else. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL-92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. They're trying to give me a hint. I already know! See? Right, like that. Anyways, is there anything else? No. Okay. I could present that on that. Is there anything else I need to press? Press those. I mean, I guess I could press that. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it, get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing in there? I'd better check this knife out. Okay.
Objection!
Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean? From Aji, this is great. Gotta shut down the computer and head home. Alright, catch you later, Lim. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL-92. And this is important why. Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12/2? Your Honor. It's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Bum, bum, bum. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL-9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order. Well, Chief. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? Ah, what game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigate. Okay, so they just updated this. Okay. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Okay, there wasn't anything new. So do we have anything? Man, my brain was so focused on connecting the knife that I wasn't thinking about what else. I already pressed that, right? Did I ever press that one? Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, right? Oh, my boy? Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter. I understand. You were busy. What with Lana, how was I saying her name? Lana's case and all? Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? And okay. Nothing new there. I checked that one. The annoying thing too is if I don't press the things in order, sometimes it unlocks more dialogue that I don't get the first time. So I could have messed something up with that. Press this right. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? Yeah, we read that. Yeah. Yeah, because then he says they just arrested him. Yeah, okay. Offered to Wright. Oh. Wait. Can we ask for another detail now? I don't feel like it should have let us do that, but okay. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I have heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. Okay. I guess it's a good thing he didn't truly only let us ask one thing. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Wait, what are we supposed to do then? Just press or continue? Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place, mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What kind of chief of police is this? What? Really? Who would have guessed? Alrighty then. So he just alters it to, I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay. Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Aha! Criminal Affairs, Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases. Homicide? That would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killer happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Oh, I guess I'm tired of that. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. It can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing there? I had better check this knife out. We did. They just did the loop back around thing. Is there something else I should be pushing again? Yeah, I was gonna see if I could pick one of the other options, but I was trying to decide what would be most helpful. I mean, we have Goodman's ID number, but I don't see how that would help with anything else that we have. What was the other thing? The gender. I guess we'll just go down the line. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so you don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... I like how it fades out. 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. I've forgotten the number now. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? ID number of the victim at the police department. Oh, okay. He did remember. 5842189. How was Goodman murdered in 2 different places? Or is this a fake ID? I was gonna say I thought it was the same number, but I didn't memorize it, so. It both tells me something and nothing. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something? What does it tell you? It tells me it's the same ID number as Goodman. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives' murders at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189.
Objection!
Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time and in completely different location? Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? He likes to say, or didn't you hear me, doesn't he? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Uh-oh. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Yep. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Meekins. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lena Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. Wow! In any case, this is a serious error of gross negligence on your... wow, I can't read. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! If only Meekins hadn't been so meek. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Oof. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Okay. Day 2 investigation. No, I was not the one who used challenged as the way to describe him. I used his name, Meek. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it! Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Actually, I'm gonna screenshot that. Maybe. Let me screenshot. There we go. Let's go. Science awaits us. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Okay. We have an ad coming up, so before we actually get into the thick of the investigation. Let me go ahead and let's get this ad out of the way so we don't get interrupted. So I'll put up the BRB, and we'll get that ad out of the way, and I will see you guys back here shortly. Make sure you stretch and get water and all that good stuff. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you back here in a few. I see John's giving a hard time just because it was tea and not coffee. Well, all right. Welcome back from the outbreak. Hope everybody else was good and got up and stretched. Ooh. Guess it goes shaking everything. Wee. Alrighty. Let's continue this. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Did they say that? Did they ever say that there wasn't a body found there? Then that means whoever they caught is the real guy. He killed him, stabbed him, whatever, stuck him in the trunk, and then that's how he wound up over here. Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it away, it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that's luminal testing fluid. Luminal? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. Yeah, I don't like thinking about that. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Mm-hmm. To test for blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Well, I'm not using enter, but I'm guessing A will work. Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. No? It didn't do it the first time. It just okay. Maybe the first one didn't fully expose it. I don't know. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. Don't underestimate my science. No one must have interned at Aperture. She's doing her best because she cares. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so ugh. Because she can, you know. Emma, you're shaking.
You said cares though.
Yeah, I did mean that. I messed it up. Look, my brain's only been awake for like an hour. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure that'll help. I already had caffeine before the nap. I didn't do nothing. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find the bloodstain, okay? Okay. See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking MS guy. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit within their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! And you only trust your eyes. Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead and doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah! I swear it on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. You're not a detective anymore, though. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Well, that's a random thing to toss in there at the end. Okay. You know, I thought about joking, John. It's too bad that I think the milk is too old, because otherwise it would be like, well, yeah, you can make me a dalgona coffee. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. Wow, dalgona. Yeah. Well, I don't really drink coffee. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Yeah, it has been a while. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go or fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Bum bum bum. Should I present to her the note or that? Also, there's no oil drum on the ground in that picture. He mentioned the photo giving us more information. Just trying to figure out what it could have been. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Okay, so I guess I think it would have accepted it either way. So that's good. Is that the cat?
I think so.
Just out of nowhere. Hi, bud. There you are. Nice boy. What you doing? What you doing? Mama. You come here. Come here. You're out of reach, dude. He's just out of reach behind me. Ow. Tried to pet him and hurt my shoulder. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. There you are, bud. Come here. Come on. Come on, bud. Are you gonna go see Dad? Okay. Say hi to his backside stream. He just walks by. Maybe he'll be back. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. You're not gonna play it's over, dude. I better get these plants in sturdier pots ASAP. The curious cat. He seems unsure. Like, he doesn't hate it, but he's not loving it either. It's not quite what. Oh, there. Oh. Here he comes. Don't knock that one over. That one's gonna be more of a mess if you knock that one over, dude. Hi, bud. Yeah. Oh, you need Mom to rub your face now? Oh. Chin scratches. Oh, yeah. Good morning. Yeah. You wanna take Mom's bath? Come on. What you doing? Is my lap not sufficient? Oh, let me move the notebook. There you go. I should be able to get into the window if he wants to. Okay, back to the game. Maybe. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. I guess he left. Yep. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? So I guess I opened new dialogue up. No? Why didn't that open up a new dialogue line? Is there any new info to get from this? That's the same. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the... Yeah, okay, that's the same. So this is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hi-ya! That's okay. Don't cry. That Lena Sky must have been one strong woman. So this is the famous divider. They're just calling everything famous now if it was brought up in the case. Okay. Sure helped us knock a hole in that testimony today. Come to think of it, this divider helped our case more than the actual witness. The Great Divider, a chip off the old parking block. It's just a wall, scientifically speaking. Oh no, he's doing it too now. Oh. Here, we already know it doesn't work. This is the same thing. My ears, yeah, my ears. Yeah. Yep. I already knew that. I don't think there's anything new. You can just check the bottle, okay. Am I supposed to be able to use this again? No, I haven't tried presenting the note separately, but they both got pulled up when I talked to her, so I assumed it would have. But okay, so she just is like, oh, you want tea? If you present something to her she doesn't want to talk about or can't talk about. You must have to brew the the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite! The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Okay. We'll try. We can do this. Written on the knife, yep, and on the note. Seems the same. Yep. Yep, murder weapon, due for transferal. I asked her if she could tell us more, but then that didn't open up anything more.
Oh, sorry, I'm being active today, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you ask her about something about the muffler, maybe? Or show the picture?
I might can show the picture, yeah. Wait.
It wasn't that one.
No, it's not in here. The picture with the muffler wasn't included in the evidence.
Sorry, what was that one?
Which one?
The one that's showing up blank.
That's that.
Oh, it's the floor plan. Oh, sure.
Yeah. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. I like how she says that even though she supposedly witnessed the stabbing happen before she ran down there. So how would she be stopping it? Anyways. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Okay, there we go. We did get some info. Just like that time. That time? Are you gonna talk now? There we go. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a clean case to me. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Yup. Partner. Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Then there's Goodman and who's the other guy? Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends? How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. For putting it, it's funny, she mentions like a particular person and then like right there in the description, received from Miss Star, excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Miss Star, Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall, Okay. I don't think there's any way for me to use the spray more, right? So I think we've gotten everything here. I'm curious if there's anything she'll say, but I also feel like we should probably just go straight to the police department. See if they'll let us in. / talk to Marshall. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. What does she think the other one is? Okay. Guard station. Also, we could have gone back to the criminal affairs department. I guess that's probably how we're gonna get to the evidence room anyways, though. Or no, this says evidence room entrance. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yep. He's got a trap, a lasso set up on the ground and just grab anybody who tries to get in, I guess. Okay, I guess I could have looked around, but it's fine. Please! Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? Yep. Yeah. Another detective. Yep. Yep. Just arrested him. Yep. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. You want to know more? Head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Man, where do I go? Interestingly, it doesn't actually show the detention center now as an option. I mean, I'm curious if there's anything inside. Wow, everyone looks so deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. So nobody to talk to here, huh? Oh, now it gives the detention center as an option. Do I go to the detention center or do I follow after? We'll just go to the detention center. Still, I do feel a little better about things. A little? I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Let's not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh boy. Meekins? Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekins. You didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! Who left him with his... Oh my goodness. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room? That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in an evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. Blah, blah, blah. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yow! What is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here at the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Also, now I'm really confused about the chain of events here, because I thought we saw him in between that. Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir! So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir! A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yes, kitty cat? Can I help you, sir? Yeah. You're an hour early, dude. Actually, I guess he won't be an hour early for long, huh? This will be your dinner time. Yeah. Lucky you. You could just barely see him here. But I can barely see over your head some of the text. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir! If you have to label me as a perpetrator or a victim, sir, then label me victim! I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true. Sir, I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a teeny department devoid of light and or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand. Did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, Don't you think you should just confess? But but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone, because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Interesting. Do I have anything to present to him? I don't think I do. I don't think he'd have anything to say, but... Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir! It's okay, I just wanted you to look at it. That's it, sir! Last night, sir! That's the one! I was an apple, sir! In my dream, sir! And I was being peeled! On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Okay, so that was the knife that Goodman pointed towards him? I don't know what else to talk to him about. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Oh, same thing. Yipes! These sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction? Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging there. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie! No. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep the information to myself for the time being. Okay. I like how it says Texas across the front. The swingy door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. Let's say, hopefully I'm not disturbing the poor cat with my exclamations. Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Actually, you probably just need the ID card that we currently have in our possession. Is there any option to just... No? Hey, I'm gonna use it. Okay. I thought it had said that Gumshoe had run off towards the evidence room. Hmm. Is there something else I need to talk to? Okay, yeah, I can go to the detention center from here. Well, where should we begin? Oh, well, isn't it obvious? You should begin with that. You know, that thing. The mystery of the victim, I guess? How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in 2 places simultaneously? Oh, well, you see... We should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report? Ah, about the killing at the police department. Right. The chief of police was right about that. But I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Did someone wind up here? No? We haven't gotten to see Edgy. My prosecutor's office.
I was just asking that.
Oh, yeah. I beat you to it. Ha ha ha. It's hard to keep track of some of the places you can go when they don't always show you.
Yeah,
like, you have
'cause
to
you
be
can
in
only go to
certain
one from a
places.
certain spot.
Uh-huh. So it's hard to keep track of everything. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Welp. I don't think there's anything new looking. I mean, I guess the only place I didn't go back to was the... I didn't go back in here, right? No, there's nobody. Okay. Just out of curiosity. Got anything new to say? Must be the chief of detectives. Excluded his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department. No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. That's funny. Wasn't anything new to talk to him about. Boom, boom. It's for putting Marshall in a good mood. We haven't come across Marshall. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. I really have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Yeah. Well, I'm a little stuck. I don't know if there's something I should have presented somebody. I think I've been most everywhere, right? Let's see, what did I present him already? I presented the knife. Just out of curiosity. Nope. Okay, nothing there. Talk to him about that. There's nothing to say about the shoe. Hey! Why do you have that? That's from the day it was taken at the prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent. If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. I don't see how that would do anything, but yep. Nope. Nothing. Can't see how that would do anything. Nope. Yep, nothing with that either. Nope, he has nothing to say about that either. Okay. It'd be pretty funny if he had something to say about that, but nope. Okay. Doubt anything with that either. Nope. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek, I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay. I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night. That's the one. Wait. Yeah, okay. He doesn't understand what he doesn't differentiate one knife from another. All knives are the same. Never mind. The information we might have potentially got from the previous one was null and void. Thanks, Meekins. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. I guess I should have realized that when he mentioned the dream part, but I didn't. Okay. Nope, nothing to say about that either. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Nope. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember! I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir! That's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing! I had better pry into this one a little deeper. I mean, we have something to talk about now. Officer Meekins, have a look at this. Oh. Go ahead, sir! Laugh! Laugh at me, sir! Huh? I know what you want to say! You're going to tell me how she has one just like it! Me? Why would I? I know, sir! I know! I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges! Nowhere! I'm alone! All alone! Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir! Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Alrighty then, crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought or that's not him, sorry. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked that man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you! So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's a twist of that phrase. Before? No. My own father's word, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir! On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me. It's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the scene of the crime. Or the crime scene, rather. Alright, now we can go. Hey, Mr. Wright! Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives' desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir! We'll scour the place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Ah, Rhino, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? That's funny. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy, you know him. Or, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of troubles with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in a defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. But wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand him. But you know, it's a full-time job of keeping the chief of detectives trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Anything we should present? I don't know, but we have another ad coming up. So let's go ahead and get that ad out of the way, I guess. And that'll give me a chance to drink some water too. And probably refill my water, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead, put up the BRB, and I will see you all back here. Alright, sorry for the wait. Hi, bud. Okay, the last thing he said... Well, I guess... No. Was that the last thing he said? Maybe not. Yes, bud. No, look at my lap? Okay. You silly kitty. Yeah. When we examined him beforehand. Okay, yeah. Oh, so sorry you had to see that. Yo, what are you doing? What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check for it. You were right in the way, dude. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that, just in case. That's the SL9 thingy. It said 221 on it. I should really get back to investigating the police department crimes. Oh, okay. Subtle suggestion, I guess. Oh. What, bud? You just gonna sit there? Cute kitty. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? If anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along. Do your best now. Later, folks. Okay. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on this girl. No, but guess we have to go back there. And then move. Okay. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. I almost said Grant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha, the card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina sky so gray? Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. There's no... Wait, we can get him in a good mood, though. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. A Salisbury steak does, huh? So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch? I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. All right, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Smack. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Okay. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the I'm still talking in his accent. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead, as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago. The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the, yeah, okay, I was trying to do the accent, no accent on this one. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So 2 people entered at 5:14 within the same minute, and one of them was Goodman. So this is the ID record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. Excuse me. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago? Okay, so do we need to present the ID card? See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot? The number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room? But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card? What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID card record added to the court record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay. Does anything happen if I show it to him? Sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Ah, but that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. In other words, he won't talk about it. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Can only be submitted to the chief of police. 221, Bruce Goodman. Why is the number scratched out? He didn't just get a new ID card or something, did he? Because he started to write a 5-9 there for his ID. Did you make a noise for a phone? Oh, just my sister sending me videos. Okay. So it's strange that he would have written a 5-9 and then scratched it out. I guess we could go ahead and move in. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Gumshoe. Eek! Whoa! What just happened? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please do. I look like a selfish man. If anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate their room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me? Wow, gumshoe. Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Oh, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Okay. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now? Or now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it, bazap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Interesting. Okay, evidence locker. Only the assigned detective's fingerprints can unlock it. Indicator lamps lights up when it's open. Okay. That's the bit. I didn't get. Maybe I shouldn't have. Whatever. Anyways, that's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? You see Hope. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well today. My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. What if I show him that? Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder? Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Oh boy. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? So, okay. So we're filling in the names as we find out. Okay. So Miles was in here like 30 minutes before the murder. He must not have been there long because he said it took about 30 minutes to get from here. Right. Doesn't know his own number, but he is kind of unhealthily obsessed with Edgeworth, it seems. So it's not the most surprising either. But it was supposed to be 30 minutes from here to the prosecutor's office. And Miles had got the parking ticket for the prosecutor's parking area, whatever, parking garage, for 5:12. Which means he must have been in and out of there in like 2 minutes. Someone came in 10 minutes after him. And then the two people who came in at the same time at 5:14. As well as the weird 7777777 number at 4:20. But Miles would have already had to have left before the others came in, if it truly took 30 minutes to get across. Let's talk about. Excuse me. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? If If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Silly evidence, huh? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk about somebody's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some kind of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. So you just keep it in here. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal. That's the that's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's the bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving a case sooner or later. A cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Being a good boy. It is. It's dinner time already. Okay. Nothing else. That's the door we just came in through. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Let's hope he remembers we're in here. Okay. Ran through everything to talk. Oh, did it say slide? It did say slide. Never mind. Thank you. I was surprised that I couldn't see more, but that's because I wasn't looking for the slide option. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of a hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together? Huh, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Alrighty then. Yep, they're definitely doing the, Ooh. It's showing it flashing. Interesting. Okay. just red on there, huh? Oop. That part confuses me, but I guess that's supposed to be like that. Probably like that. Which one fits where? That one? Okay. Looks like that should be it. Okay, slowly coming together. Well, they don't give me much to work on here, huh? No? Oh yeah, with that piece. That looks too smooth for either of those. None of that looks quite right. Guess that direction? Okay. So we're missing some? Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too, in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the court record. Pieces missing, okay. Someone left a glove here, but only one. That is also from SL9. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? Man, they keep throwing him under the bus. Poor Gumshoe. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added to the court record. Bless you, dear. Extremely thin rubber glove. Okay. What is the saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? Yeah, that's kind of a weird place, dude. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coded with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. She mentioned spraying for blood, right? Do I just... Oh, it says why the spray. Okay. Ah, that's quite a bit of blood. Choop, choop, choop. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. I know, bud. I'm sorry. I'll try and hurry. Look at the blood there. He's just staring at them. Okay. Nothing else, huh? Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you. Just kind of spamming. Yes, bud. Unless somebody thinks there's someplace I should have sprayed that I didn't. I don't know where else to spray. Just being overly cautious, I guess. I like how that like lights up briefly, but they don't leave it lit up after I slid. Nothing new there. Do I need to present anything to him? Actually, what happens if I present is... This is my crowning achievement. My masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the awards ceremony. But there were a lot of people coming and going after that ceremony. So they took the Blue Badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful? I toiled night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can't see why they moved it. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? This sounds like dialogue I think we had with them before. Well, wait, I didn't mean... I'm sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, okay. Do I have anything else to present to him? Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. So why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Allow me to say one thing speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing! Yep, that's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. Okay. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. You think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. There might be when the blood got on it. Okay. Interesting, it's hollowed all the way through. That's funny. tag says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, sag, zag, sag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What are we playing? A word game now? Nothing? Okay, so there's nothing to say about that. Oop, that was a mistake. Go back. Okay, there's nothing on that one. We already talked to him about that. Yep, it doesn't match your fingerprints. If you can't open it, give you 50 cents? No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over the prosecutor's office. Okay, nothing to say about that one. We already talked to him about that. Yeah. All the same. I like how it's like a whole revelation again. Showed him that. I don't think we have any reason to show him that. He already talked about that. Nothing on that one. The photo Miss Starr took. Can you tell us anything about it? Miss Starr is quite the lady. Well, I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school, too. That's funny. Nothing. Okay. Oh, we already did that. Yeah. No! Go back! Nothing to say on that either. We did that. I think we did that in the past. I guess we don't have anything else to talk to him about? Anything else to talk to him about? The sheriff's back in the well. Oh yeah, okay, this is when he doesn't have anything to say, okay. Okay, not that either. Nope. Blarg. Should we show that to him? Nope. Nothing. Nope. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I showed that to him before, right? I might have to examine. I can try that. You sure have a lot of monitors in here. There's 8 cameras in the evidence room in all. 1 for each section. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place? Why do cattle sit before the rains come? It's not for a man to know. Unless you're the security guard responsible? Well, that was helpful. I was wondering if it... Oh, he said... I just roped me a steer with this here lasso. What? It was a bellowing. Moo, pal, moo. Detective Gumshoe, I presume. Yikes. I don't know. I don't know what else to try.
Well, you can show the
Oh yeah, I can go.
work to various people.
Yeah. Not the guard station. Criminal affairs. Nope. There's no one here for me to show it to. I guess I could go see if this guy. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? Oh, okay, good. He has nothing to say. Good, good, good. I mean, she wouldn't have one, so I don't think it'd do any good to present it to her, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, nothing to say. He's still not here. Neither of them would say anything else. I must be missing something. But I don't know what I'm missing.
Examine again. Wasn't there something like on the cactus you could examine again with him there?
It doesn't mean there's anything new, but that's the same. Best keep your distance from Billy there. You're liable to get hurt. Billy, the cactus has a name? Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat in your hand. Oh, my rawhide cowskin 10-gallon hat. I just picked that up, but Billy took a fancy to it. Looks like it got stuck on the spines and he couldn't get it off. Guess that's it. I mean, I examined the handprint, right? We did do that. Alright,
Go back to the left. The one that's got something sticking out, is it?
yeah,
Does it still show a check mark?
yep. I thought I sprayed this, but not well enough, apparently. Okay. That's annoying. I could have sworn I'd sprayed in that general location, but apparently it was very specific. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you've got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. I can't re-examine it. Oh, now he suddenly got new... Okay. Now that was a bloody case. A bloody violent case, rather. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife? The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Okay. Is there anything I didn't present to him? Did I ever present the luminol fluid to him? Nope. Okay. I don't know.
I didn't tell you whose lockers those were?
I don't think so. Found that there. You know, extra spam, I guess. I don't know. No! An ad break's gonna come up again in 5 minutes. I still haven't figured out how to move on.
Check on that room again, maybe? Now that you've finished this conversation? Or did you spray the guard station?
No, I didn't spray the guard station. So I've come all this way, we'll check. Nope, still not there. I was trying to see if I could get a hint on what I was missing, but it looks like the main thing seemed to be spraying. So I fixed the jar. I'm not positive, but there may be another spot still that I missed that has blood. I don't know. That's just what it sounds like. Which is annoying because I thought I had sprayed every single locker. Because what I'm seeing is... Oh, it says... They mentioned pan left. Spray the locker with the blood, with the cloth sticking out. I did that. And right. And spray the upper right locker. Wait, to the left of the crime scene. But that's this one.
Yeah, so I think it must start something at the start. You sprayed it like 3 times.
Yeah, I've sprayed it so many times. Is this new dialogue? I'm so confused.
Yeah, it is. It didn't remain lit up.
Yeah, that's frustrating. How many times do I have to spray the same handprint? I do like aspects of the game, but certain aspects like this, I'm like, ah! It's like if you don't do everything in the exact right order, you'll just get stuck. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plan. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. Wow, Gumshoe saying that. What? But you're a detective. Hey, pal, look at the time. Is there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. With a restaurant thingy? It might help you, you know? Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Well, now we should probably find Gumshoe, or not Gumshoe, Edgeworth. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. There we go. Now we can move on. And an ad break is coming, so I'll see you all in a few minutes again. Alrighty, I'm back. Had to feed the cat while we were on the ad break. Okay. We are going to our buddy old pal Edgy. Or Worthy, or whatever you want to call him. Where am I going? Underground parking lot. That's where. Oh, nope. Stop, minigame. Nope. Thank you. Alright. Hi, prosecutor's office. Okay. Hello. Guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. Yeah, is the hotel bringing him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to consult me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Inquiry committee. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding and prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've only done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Okay. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. My best evidence? Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went to the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. AI-16, huh? But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about the other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence. Screwdriver added to the court record. Aces. Brought back to the office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always. I told you, this has nothing to do with the current case. Right, please. Okay. So he's not gonna talk about that one either. Ah! That was a mistake. What else do I have to show him? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I could just keep showing him stuff from the SL9. That, the vase. Well, that's really the only other two options. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in? You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Not just because we're best friends. Come on, Edgy. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. So, can we talk about it? Allegations of forgery, okay. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time. Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. So we're gonna go back and dust the lockers? For me? Are you sure? We're the enemy, you know? I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Oh, fingerprint files. Well, my brain was thinking like filing nails. Not fingerprints. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Okay. So we'll be able to match fingerprints now. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. So one of those lockers, I guess. Okay. She's gone. Oh, I didn't want to examine. That was a mistake. I just want... And he's gone too. So we're not going to get anybody else's ID numbers, I guess. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, and this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Yeah, my nose. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Well, that's the clearest looking. Yep, the pointer. Looks like John's back. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. I'll have to figure out which button that is. Imagining you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Oh, and this was on the DS, so you'd actually be blowing in on the mic. Thank you, dear.
Yep.
Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though.
Would you like me to put it on
I guess
desk, or-
well,
I can leave it in here if you want.
yeah, I guess leave it in there. I think I'm getting towards the end. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. I mean, what am I dusting here? Is this supposed to be the handprint here? Y is below. Oh, okay. Is that good enough? Oops. One of the other fingerprints. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. No, go back. I didn't know how big the fingerprint was. I didn't know how much to cover. Does that real good. You have the kit to do that? I'd like to have that game. I didn't... I pressed the same button again. I'm fired. Nope. I was like, can I just hold it down? Nope. Okay. Y is blow. Okay, not enough of it covered that time. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't you look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. I guess that's supposed to be it. Glove smudge. Something like that hopefully is enough. Click the right button. Hey, we got a fingy. I guess not enough of the fingy though. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint would we most likely find on this locker? That would be Gumshoe. Most likely Gumshoe. Yep, looks like Gumshoe. Yep. Comparison complete. Match found. Woo! Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Thank you. So that was our test, I guess. We're on to a third page. Why? Do I need to spray it again? Didn't give me an option to use it. It's already there. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, we just had to examine, okay. Okay, want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. I need to hurry and wrap up. I'm running out of time. I gotta eat dinner and have anime club it a little bit. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it with using the chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. I don't know where I should dust, unless, well, if not all the fingers had blood on it. I was gonna say I wasn't paying close attention, but I think it turned yellow right as I got it about that spot. So this must be correct. Okay, not enough. Good enough? Okay. Those do have some similarities. Okay, only 2. That's fine. I was just curious. Jake Marshall, what have you done? Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma? This is decidedly different from Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. Blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. To be continued. No kidding, because I need to eat dinner. Oh, man. Alrighty. We finally made it through. I did not think that was going to take 3.5 hours. I thought maybe 3, but I was hoping less. Alrighty. I am out of time for tonight. Let's go find somebody to raid.